the time. My job is to make sure I put a smile on your face. I put a smile on Josephine's face, my job is done. And of course, Gaza King here, definitely. She loves that song and she said, please play for me this song. And we said, why not? Press play to that one. You're a huge fan of Shaggy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, she was singing word for word. Word for word. My name is Anthony Muli. The hashtag is, of course, Nation FM Drive. Pasta Tuesday is where you at. We're talking about digital, traditional media, but most importantly, an incredible festival is going down on the 14th of this month. And of course, it's the Africa Media Festival. As a storyteller, as an author, there's probably an author out there listening, a storyteller listening. They've not bought their tickets. They're just wondering, why am I going to go to, Africa Media Festival? What would you tell them, in your opinion?
That's a place you need to be, because then it's a place you'll not only grow your network, but you'll also network with like-minded authors.
Right.
And we have a few surprises planned around people who are authors. But one of the unique things we have at the festival, like Maurice mentioned, that it's not all talk.
Yes.
We're actually going to have a library within the festival where people are able to just come and experience and encounter other African authors.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about your book as well.
Okay, so
Because we mentioned that this is an author, but then we don't know what she's written. So sell yourself now. You have a book out. What's it about?
So I actually don't have a book out. I actually have 3 books out.
Yes.
So my first book was a devotional. The second one is on mental health,
Right.
which is something that's very close to my heart, and a topic that we are seeing is very relevant in this day and age, especially
Absolutely.
post-pandemic.
Right.
It's a silent pandemic that no one is talking about. And then my final book just launched in January, actually on my birthday. And
Oh, wow.
it's a precursor to the mental health book, on just showing people how practical tools on how to live life and how to navigate career in this new quote-unquote normal that we find ourselves in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So now, Maurice, talk to us about some of the highlight events and most definitely the activities that are likely going to be taking place at the festival, because now people would want to know. So I'm excited about this. What am I supposed to expect?
Yeah. I think
It's like a pre-game.
Like a pre-game, yeah. So even before the festival starts on the 14th, which is Valentine's, on the 13th we have something called the Media Ecosystem Tour.
Okay.
Normally, when you say media or the industry, it's removed from the people. So we want to bring a couple of people who have signed up to come and immerse themselves and see. So this is how this news is made, or this is how this thing is done.
Yes.
So from working with traditional media or legacy media or big media, whatever name you want to give them, to taking guys to smaller media houses, and taking them to other creative spaces. So for this one particularly, we are targeting those who are students, people who have not been to these spaces and want to understand more, but also people who are from outside the country want to understand how do these things work. So that's on the 13th.
On the 13th. Okay.
And of course, we do have also in the evening of the 14th, I think there's a book launched by John Allen Namo.
Ah, wow. Wow. Yeah.
So John Allen is also a media personality, for those who don't know him. And he has his book out coming up on that day. We are super excited because for us, it's about him telling about his stories in a way that is different. He's normally told us through documentaries, but now we want to learn more about the man.
Man behind
the stories.
The John Allen Namo now.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Allen Namo. Then on the 15th, we do have sort of like a performance for our participants. That's will be at this Nairobi Street Kitchen.
Okay.
So it's a fun-filled activities. Apart from being serious on charting a path for the industry.
Yes.
We also want to have just fun games, within the space. So how do you break the ice with things like Jenga and fun games within the entire space? One thing that really excites me is how we've also brought in students from various universities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
from your Strathmore to KCA to Tangaza to Multimedia, St. Paul's.
Oh wow.
Strathmore.
Yes.
Yep. So private, public,
All of them. It's a cocktail of all the schools.
It's a cocktail
yeah,
of all of them. Because I think for us to change the narrative and for us to see this industry surviving, we also have to start from the ground.
Yes. Which is why I wanted to ask you, and I'm also going to ask you too, Josephine. There's a journalism student listening to us right now, and they've had this, terrifying rumors that unasoma media unaenda wapi, stuff like that. In this, space that is transforming. What would you tell a student? And I want to hear words of wisdom regarding how to cut above the rest, how to be unique, how to be different in a fast changing space.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I'm not pushing the media festival agenda. I think to be more unique, to be cut out from the rest, is to be more current and to understand the way the things are moving.
Yeah.
And for me, even if you're a student, there are those events that you hear, there are those people that you see, and they're already in the industry. Because academic experience is totally different from the world experience. And for me, somebody who cuts, somebody who stands out amongst the rest is somebody who understands how the world is moving, especially in their own industry. So for me, it's how do they relate to the industry? So go to those networking events. It doesn't have to be Africa Media Festival, but go to those networking events, meet those people shamelessly. There's nothing as good as a student reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, I would like to have a chat with you. Most probably people will say yes.
Now,
if you tell somebody, if you're out in the market and you say, can I have a chat with you, people will be like, we are nini.
Exactly.
But for students, it's almost, most people are always open. So reach out right now, talk to people within your industry, understand the industry trends, so that you don't wait until you come and learn by experience. By the time you're learning by experience, some people are far. I think
way far.
Use this opportunity when you're in school to just reach out to all the people you can. The worst they can say is no.
Yeah,
and that's also a learning. Also, telling you no is just a learning of how to learn rejection.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah. It's very true. What about you, Josephine? What would you tell such a student out there listening and they're worried about their career path?
Okay, I'll just build on what Maurice has said. Adapt. Learn how to adapt. The sooner you learn, because sadly, some of the campuses, what they're teaching their students is actually an outdated curricula.
Okay.
So you need to constantly be learning and enhancing what you know and be ready to adapt quickly. Secondly, be multifaceted.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where if I did journalism, I stick to that. When you come out here to the world, you'll be expected to know a bit of social media.
Exactly.
To know,
exactly.
so there are all these additional skills. So don't remain, isolated in one area.
You say you're only going to read news, you're only going to do this, you won't train yourself on skills like editing, camera work.
Exactly. And yet, you would be far ahead if you now add on like YouTube, you can edit and upload your video.
Yes.
You can take your photos. So just be a multifaceted person, because that's a person who, when you come out here to the media houses or the different spaces that can employ you, they're looking for that person who's almost like a one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, as we conclude, I want to hear your parting shot now from you, Maurice. We've talked about media fest stuff, left out. I'm giving you this. Just talk to the list about companies. The floor is yours.
I think at Baraza, we're trying the little that we can to for the that we think is very to us. It's not only the world and what the media has done. I think only join us in the journey of how to be out. We can partner up on that. The public, how our media and media account to reduce. First of all, talk upon them, which has been done now.
Yeah.
How can we hold those people who are chipping away from the fails, then we're less informed as a country, and we can make decisions that enable us to continue as a country. I think let's be very protective. That's protective, also very key to see that as it should be functioning.
Absolutely. When the media fails, we fail the country. What?
And I think with that we started, I think stations we have was VOK. I don't know how her life. I